Assalamualaikum and hello YouTube, my name is Nur Muhammad from AliExpress and we have got another Thorn watch in for review. So this one I've got this I think during the last AliExpress sales, which was in August, but it only came to me like what 1 or 2 days ago. So yeah, this is, you know, yeah, it's supposed to be to be released in August, but I didn't have the time to review it during August. So now that is why you're seeing it in September, right? Okay, so anyways, I do love vintage style Tudor watches, but that is why I went for this St. Martin SM0138. Of course, this is not anything reminiscent to the vintage Tudor watches, but it does have some clue there. So this is basically an homage of an unreleased, maybe soon to be released, to the Black B54, right? So Tudor themselves never made this particular piece, but I do really like the colorway of this of this. If the Tudor is to make a smaller, a blue dial version of the Tudor Black B54, this one should be it. But we are talking about the Thorn watch. Let's cue the intro. Okay guys, so welcome back to my initial review of this Thorn classic creation watch. So we noticed that the box is different this time around. I think the first Thorn that I had is something a bit smaller and a bit squarer, but this one is a bit flatter and there's nothing at the back. So this is just a simple to zip this latch here. So boom, you get yourself the watch. I've of course opened it up already, so because I just can't stand it, just can't wait. So this is the model number T023 and it is of course signed, and it is, the warranty is valid for no mention of the this warranty card is valid only within the warranty period authorized by the Thorn brand. So 1 year, 2 year, no idea. All right, so let's just take out the watch because I've already resized it, and it was a painful experience talking about the resize, right? So it came of course wrapped in this plastic, blah blah blah, and this is the link. Okay, so let's talk a bit more about the link. So this is a painful thing to resize because it is using this, let's just, so we'll zoom in a bit. You see that, you see those links there. Basically both of these have, it is using both double-headed screw links, which is annoying. You have to have two screwdrivers, one you have to stop it with your palm, and another one to navigate through the another head of the screw, which is really annoying. But I managed to take out 2 links out of the bracelet, and we are good to go. All right, so let's talk about the watch and not the bracelet, shall we? Because when I saw this particular watch, right, I was like, oh, that looks absolutely cool, because I actually really like this blue vintage style to the Submariner of the past, right? Admittedly, it is not as big as this one. This one they mentioned in the listing size for about 40 millimeters. We will do a dimension check later on, but I really do like this, you know, this aesthetic because it looks so interesting. It looks so vintagey, and it paired with this bracelet with this rivet style, or I think, yeah, rivet style bracelet, and yeah, it looks super duper vintage. But when I take it off the box, and I was like, oh yeah, this is nice, but the bracelet jingly, and it doesn't help because it has this stamp clasp, which you know, looks like a vintage watch, and it even clicks. It has this friction latch here, which is I think that takes it too much. What do you guys think of that? So yeah, this is maybe my biggest complaint, and maybe some of you like it, but yeah, I'm more of the, you know, if you want to reissue something, please bring them to a, you know, to the modern era by, you know, using this type of, you know, micro adjustable clasp. But Thorn obviously wanted to go vintage, so they produced something like this. So yeah, you can see that I've already, maybe, hold on, maybe that was not me. You see the dent there. So is it me? No, I don't think so, because I've just managed to resize this particular bracelet. This is like a few hours ago, so that's definitely not me. And you can see that this is why I don't really like this super duper thin glass. So yep, that's negative number one. Straight into the negative. Right, the negative number two is that the bracelet is jingly, and yeah, that might be good for a vintage ish bracelet as well, vintage-ish watch. And the third complaint for me is the bloody crown. It has this crown guard, right? Oh my god, it's very difficult to unscrew, and using a PT5000 movement, that means that when you try to screw it back, right, so it does have the resistance, especially from the movement. So let's just adjust it to the 10-10 position, shall we? So let's just bring it there, and when we want to screw it back, you have to turn it back like so. And screwing back the crown is so painful because the crown is a bit short, and if you want to make sure that it is screwed down properly, you have to use your fingernails like so. So yeah, I'm really annoyed with the crowns on my other Thorn, the T008, and this one is the exact same story. So the 6.5 millimeters, the diameter is not that bad, but because of the crown guard, right, it makes it much more difficult to unscrew and screw it back. So those are the three negatives that I can give you straight away when I open this box, or unbox this particular watch. But other than that, it looks cool. Especially the aesthetic. I just love the aesthetic. I mean, seriously, if you do like the aesthetic of the vintage Tudor Submariner from the past, you can't deny the charm of this particular piece, especially when you have that, this, what do you call this, it is of course blue, but it's like a washed out blue, or jeans blue, and we have that aluminum bezel with somewhat of a wash blue hue to it. So it is unique, right? It looks like it's already been been used but without a scratch 20 or 30 years back. And yeah, of course, the having a what do you call this, vintage lume will not help the strength of the luminescence, but still, for the charm of it, yeah, I take it. And yeah, and the Thorn themselves put some, what do you call this, you see that at the 12 o'clock under the Thorn logo, there's a wording Thorn and Legacy Diver, 200 meters, 660 feet, and they even managed to put Submariner at the 6 o'clock. Not really sure whether that will be an issue, but yeah, let's just let it be. So if I am to compare it with the real deal, so maybe I will put it somewhere here. Yeah, there is a few similarities, and I think it is okay to homage something that you just can't buy anymore. Well, you could, but for a hell lot of money. Right, let's talk about the bezel. So this one featuring this coin edge bezel, but it is a bit yeah, the clay itself is nice, to be completely honest with you, but the grip, right, it's a bit painful to turn. It's not that it's a bit too tight, but this coin edge is, yeah, a bit too sharp in my opinion. I honestly don't know how they can manage to do it another way, but yeah, still, maybe they could have done something to reduce the amount of the sharpness of this thing, right? That's okay, not bad. So the dial itself, like I mentioned just now, we've got this tritium ish or vintage lume ish on the hour indices, and also the hands, and the hour hands and minute hands, and the snowflake style hour hands, and also second hands. And yeah, it looks interesting, it looks cool. And we do have the date at the 3 o'clock, which is similar to the vintage Tudor. And yeah, it's classic, all right, it looks classic. And we of course have this super fine polish case, side case, which will pick up scratch, and we have that, you know, drill lugs for if you don't like this style of bracelet. Right, okay, so Thorn logo here at the 6, or say at the crown. I might have put some scratches here and there already, and at the back we have the what do you call this, sterile case back, which will be super annoying to if I want to take out the movement, which I will never ever gonna do. Right, let's just put it on the wrist and see how it looks like on my skinny. Oh, before we do that, let's just check the dimension. Come on, man, why the hell are you forgetting? So the case might be a little bit smaller compared to the bezel. Let's just verify that. If I am to go for from here to here, that will be about 39.2, but if I am to go on the bezel, that will be about, yep, bang on 40 millimeters here, right, 40 millimeters, 39.9. So yep, thickness, or thinness should I say, 12.4, because it is using the PT 5000 movement, so that's nice. And lug to lug is, I think, about 48, maybe not. Alright, so 46.6, so just nice. And lug width is of course 20 millimeters, so that's nice. So sized up, I took out 2 links from the bracelet. It's gonna be less than 150 grams, I think. Okay, so let's just verify that. It's about 122, so it's very easy to use day in and day out. And yeah, oh my god, I just hate this thing. Alright, so I'm not really sure how long it will last, but one click, you're good to go. It's of course easy to use in my opinion, but no, I have no idea how long would this type of class will last. But yeah, it has that jingly feeling, which, you know, reminiscent of the vintage Tudor, maybe since I haven't handled any vintage Tudor yet. But yeah, check that out, guys. I just love how this thing looks on my wrist. Right, so let's just, you know, oh, I've completely forgot to check the sapphire crystal. Maybe I would be pissed if they use a mineral crystal on this one. Right, so let's check that out. Yep, that's definitely sapphire. And last but not least, let's check the Lume. The St. Martin would definitely kill it. Let's just adjust the angle here a bit. Okay, and give it some charge on the St. Martin, and let's give it a little bit more chance, a little bit more Lume, or you'll be like on the Thorn T023. Are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, and boom, you can see that although the blue, or sorry, the green Lume on the Thorn is okay right now, but it would never ever be able to compete with the brightness of the BG super luminable Lume on the St. Martin. So it's just the way it is, right? Okay, so all in all, my initial conclusion of this piece, it's not that cheap, right? So I think I've got this, the listing was about 170, 180 bucks, but yeah, you should get it at a much cheaper price if you buy it during the sales. I think you should do that. Only buy this watch if you can tolerate this class. So it looks cool, it looks so vintagey, but yeah, one slight ding, you can see that this thing comes from the factory. I didn't do that. You can see that yeah, this thing can easily bend, and if you guys don't like that, yeah. Okay, and one more thing, this particular, right, so I forgot to mention this thing, right, this dimple, whatever you call it, you can't adjust the bracelet past the 3rd hole. If you want to go to the 4th one, this thing will get stuck there. So this is obviously a glaring design mistake from Thorn. No idea whether they or not they will revise the bracelet or the class. I have no idea, but for me, I'm lucky because I got the perfect fit. But maybe some of you would not get the perfect fit because of that bracelet, because of that class design. So yeah, all in all, great watch. I love the aesthetic. I would be keeping this maybe for a while before maybe moving it on. But as of now, I haven't got anything similar to this. So if you guys have anything, any ideas on what are the other competitors that I could check out, yeah, do let me know in the comment section below. So yeah, there you have it, guys. Please give me a big thumbs up if you like this video, please, and please subscribe if you haven't so already. And I'll see you soon. Stay safe and bye bye.